Alright, guys, I have a few things I want to mention about the race. I don't have anything terribly antagonistic, so whoever voted whatever way, I don't think you'll mind this one way or the other. Um, I've been a political junkie for a very long time, and uh, how can I put it? I have these vague observations I want to bounce off of everyone. So, I have a few liberal Facebook friends, I have a few conservative ones. Um, I call myself a mutant conservative because the general stuff that a conservative will say, we got to downsize government. I hate our over-sexualized pop culture, that kind of stuff. But it's so much more complicated. The way I've come to say it is I know you establish whether or not you're a liberal, conservative, a moderate, or something in between, and all that kind of stuff, libertarian or whatever. That's like 1% or 0.1% of a gigantic, gigantic puzzle. It's what do you want to do about your values? How do you want to implement them? How much should you force people to do or choose for themselves? How much do you want to indirectly do or directly do? And what do you want to sublimate or legislate? And it gets very, very complex soon. Okay, first of all, we have the doomsdayism. Oh, America's over. And it's kind of, everybody says the other person loses. So it's, you know, that's pretty much of a given. One point that I've observed is that I don't feel Congress has extreme, immediate, and direct influence over our lives that it may feel, that kind of stuff. Um, you look back, I don't know, 100 years or something. Okay, that would be 1916. And for my liberal friends, bear with me, I'm going to use a conservative example, but I can use a liberal example after, and it'll pretty much balance it out. Okay, whoever campaigned, whatever politician ever ran hard campaigning, um, I promise to make government bigger, and I promise to raise taxes, and I promise to have more nudity on TV, or more skin on TV, let's see, or in movies for that matter. I'm not sure which is the first year the concept of a rated R movie came out, but I don't think it was whenever movies first came out, or ratings, that kind of stuff. But it happened. Or you look at how inner cities and ghettos and stuff have gotten worse over the years and stuff. Gang factions and stuff. Whoever campaigned for that, I promise to have inner city youth imploding themselves with gangs and stuff. But it happened. So I've kind of observed there's these complex cultural factors that, when they arise, sooner or later Congress has to choose a side, what they want to legislate. But that's whenever the problem is already escalated, as opposed to it's only specifically solely Congress that makes good and bad things happen. I've had some people go so far as to tell me that the presidency is a figurehead, and it's only Congress, really only Congress. Um, so that I've kind of seen, to kind of put it in perspective. My dad had an expression, I'm sure he ripped this off from, talking about, oh, the Republicans and Democrats are so opposed to each other, supposedly. He said sooner or later all the pigs come to the trough. And it's like they're all in this big old mess, and a lot of people have complained, like libertarians and third parties and stuff. The two-party system exists to give you the delusion there's a choice. Um, I see people fall in line too much when all they gotta do is have someone in their party win and they're happy, and the specifics that seem to happen don't really coincide with what their true ideology is supposed to be. Um, I've observed also with in the modern world, this doesn't have to be a liberal or conservative thing, but demographics in some cultures that are supposed to have it better than 50 years ago, 100 years ago, in my opinion or perception, we've just changed the ways as to how we screw them. Um, you didn't have a black middle class in the 1920s, but you also didn't have black people in factions killing each other like in gangs and stuff in the 1920s either. I don't think slaves had that bad. I've never known a period in history during slavery where white slave owners were able to concoct a scheme to where they made the slaves implode on each other and killing themselves. But it happened like in inner cities and kind of stuff. I mean, all the gangster rap I listen to, that's what they talk about, which is some serious stuff. So it's like we've done a trade-off or something. So it's like, what? Women's issues and stuff. With all the stuff in the culture site, they had on on a dating site I was at, Plenty of Fish, they would forward me to this dating material whenever I log off the page or the site to a log off page, and all these dating tips and stuff. It shows that 95% of women screw 5% of men, and here's how to be rude to her to turn her on, because it's not like a wimp telling her how beautiful she is and complimenting her and giving her flowers. And it's like, I've never seen a time where it's so acceptable to beat and rape women. And our culture is so pro-rape. Whenever a rapist gets 60 days for a rape from a judge or whatever. I thought this crap died in the 60s or something, Gloria Steinem and all this kind of stuff. So it's like, there's another demographic that's just getting screwed. You still have poor people living in cardboard boxes, and I thought we got rid of that, decades and decades ago. I thought it was all fixed and kind of stuff, and it seems just to not be happening. So, it's like the real problems never seem to go away at all. Maybe people might tell me, Kirk, if it took 100 years to get this bad, it'll take another 100 years to have it better. Okay, I don't even see the beginning. And another, as far as problems in the modern world, we have the concept of underemployment. It's a new word where I don't think it existed 20 years ago. The idea that you can have a college degree or multiple college degrees, and you're not guaranteed to be successful or to have a job. They have entire articles on Yahoo and stuff. I look at my email saying these are the top 10 worthless majors. We've become nomadic in our job and workforce because there's no such thing as a company that stands around for 75 years with a hardcore stable future and a big fat retirement nest egg after 75 years of loyal service or 50 years of loyal service or whatever. Isn't like the railroad or steel industries, White Males Incorporated. No, Old and Wrinkly White Males Incorporated. And here's the steel industry. It always needs steel, and we're going to be around for 95 years or 125 years. It pretty much doesn't work that way anymore. And we've gotten nomadic in our relationships too. It's not dating should be based off of compatibility instead of having fun. Premarital sex, so you might screw 5 people or God knows how many before you get married, and then you get divorced in 5 years. So it's like everybody's lily pad frog hopping between jobs and relationships. There's no such thing as your one dream job or your one dream spouse or whatever. And it's like we're lily pad frog hopping between all this kind of stuff. I don't think that shows to me instability. I think there should be stability and solidarity in life, but that's just my take on it. That's about the rundown. I just jotted down these notes this morning and kind of went to bounce off everything because my roommate's been looking at the Twitter feeds, and my God, people are losing it. And man, you know what? To those of you who think that some of the negativity in politics, people get too enthralled and pumped up and pissed off and stuff, I'm thinking, no. I want people to get more enraged, because if we get more polarized together and everything against, the big, fat, greedy rich and the big, fat, greedy politicians and the corrupt this and the corrupt that, and these judges who give a rapist 60 days for raping a girl, I think things will happen. It just needs to be polarized, that kind of stuff. So I applaud defiance and anger. And I said I'm a conservative. I'm at least a version of one. And gangster rap is my favorite form of music. The only complaint I can make against Ice-T is that he's not angry enough. I even had Ice-T favorite a few of my tweets on Twitter. To show this, I could try to relate to his subculture. One of his favorites he gave me, he was talking about his original Gangsta album that came out in '91, and I said that album spoke to me. And I said, and I'm a right-winged white computer nerd. And I said, we're the ones shooting up the schoolyard, so we do have some anger in common. And he gave me a favor over that. So, my version of bipartisanship is you take every complaint, every vice that a liberal, an extreme liberal would cite, and you make the hardcore extreme right-wing address all of them, and only until you've made the liberals and extreme liberals happy with what you've done. To me, I think that's the unique take on bipartisanship. Anyway, I guess my rant's pretty much over. So all y'all, we have the midterm elections in 2 years. We'll see if the Republicans keep Congress because they always say it's ruling politics. Um, the party that wins the White House loses congressional seats 2 years later. It's just pretty much how much is a variable, but to some degree. So, and politics will go on. All right, everybody. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And oh yeah, happy birthday to Marines tomorrow. 241 years, I think it is. And everybody be cool. Have a nice day.